Hello, Johnny London here once again. Now, as you can see, I've got that bunch of decking behind me that I squirreled away last year after collecting it from the side of the road. I used what I wanted to on a project, and I was interested to see how it had survived over the winter stacked up under the hedge in a bit of a damp corner. It's all absolutely fine actually, so I've just been brushing it off, and I'm going to maybe chop a few bits up that I don't want, keep a few good bits, organise it and put it all away again for now. I have got another little project in the offing, so maybe that will feature over on my other channel, we'll see. Anyway, all I wanted to say was I've got a couple more videos coming for you on this channel, on the Project Narrowboat channel, and one of them should have been out this week. It's been a bit delayed because I've been doing something else, and I've just had an idea for another one literally while I was taking a break now. I was watching another channel, a chap called Chris Mears. He was rescuing a boat who had come unmoored from its pins, something I've done many times. The old pins just come out of the bank and, you know, away goes the boat. And it reminded me actually that I did a chat about some mooring pins that I had, and I never put it out because I was just in the process of sort of leaving the boat and one thing and another, and I'm pretty sure I've got it on the hard drive somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and fish that out. It's quite interesting because I had a certain kind of mooring pin that I didn't really see around much, and they were very, very good, and I just sort of wanted to put that out there and you know, let you know my thoughts on that. So I'll just go and see if I can find that now, and if I have done, you'll be watching this, and now hopefully some of this. Hello, Johnny London here once again. I've just got a very quick chat for you. It's something I wanted to say about mooring pins. Now, over the years I've seen a great deal of mooring pins, usually attached to the ends of ropes that have come out from the bank where the pins have been moored in, and it's usually just when I'm trying to repair somebody's mooring for them to stop their boat drifting away. But the pins that I've had are these. I've had these since I got the boat, and I didn't really know what I was getting, but I like the look of them, and I have to say these are better than any of those other pins that I've ever had to work with. Now, these are not very thick, but they are very, very strong. You can absolutely hammer them into the ground, and when you hit an obstruction such as concrete, they don't bend at all. This pointed end just cuts right through, smashes its way through whatever you want. As you can see, that's as straight as a die, and all the other ones I've ever had the misfortune to have to get involved with always invariably bend, no matter how thick they are. Sometimes they're huge, great things. I mean, you would think the bigger the pin the better, wouldn't you? But all that happens is, if it's a wide pin, it takes a hell of a lot more knocking in, and it's not really any more secure in the ground than a thinner one. Now, this material is rebar, I believe, and it's something used in the construction industry, and all that's happened is a chap on eBay has chopped some rebar up and made them. He's taken obviously one piece, another piece at the top, and a bit there he's done a bend. He's done some very nice welding. That looks like a very good weld to me. And you know, he sold them for this purpose. As you can see, they were painted yellow back in the day, a nice fluorescent yellow. So you've got everything really, because most people, when they put their pins out, they either stick a bit of orange something or a bit of yellow something. You know, it might be an old orange juice carton or whatever you've got that's sort of a bright colour, just as a sort of bit of a marker, or tie a bit of rag round or something to stop people sort of tripping on them. But these, obviously it's wearing a bit thin now, but I've had them for 6 years, so I'm certainly not complaining. Now, the thing about these bits that the rope goes through, the ring, I mean, it's more than a ring really, it's quite substantial, is they're so well welded on that I've never had any trouble with them, whereas I've seen other pins, they've got quite a small ring sort of tack welded just onto the side of the top of the pin, if you can imagine that. And obviously if someone's missed with a hammer a few times, they've straight away just sort of, you know, maybe not taken it off the first time, but weakened it, and a few subsequent misplaced blows, and then the ring comes off. You can still use the pin. It's still possible to sort of tie the rope around it, you know, make use of it, but obviously it's not as good. But these, absolutely no sign of deteriorating whatsoever. Very, very strong. Another thing I found out about them as I went along, I should say, was that they've got very faint sort of spiral things on them, and that does actually work. If you want to, you can twist them in. It takes a little bit of a while actually, but sometimes it's preferable, especially for me, because I've got the old tin here and I like all the banging and clanging that goes on. Obviously I have hit them in quite a bit over the years, so you can see that they're getting a little bit of a flat spot there, but that was predominantly early on when I got them, and I sort of learned later that you could twist them in, and that works really rather well. So what I do with these, I've got 3 altogether, obviously. One's longer than the others, and I use that for the centre line, and the other 2 go at either end, and typically I leave the centre line one a little bit sort of slack because it's there really, you know, just as a sort of safety margin. But that's it really. Chap on eBay makes them. I think they're absolutely great, stronger and better and longer lasting than anything else. I'm not trying to big him up or anything, but yeah, I don't know if he still does them anyway, but if you do see a set of these, well, I reckon they're well worth getting. And here I am again, thanks to the magic of television, well, YouTube anyway. Now, I've had a look to see if I could find that seller on eBay, and I couldn't find him. I was going to put a link in the description, but he seems to have disappeared now, so I'm afraid the only solution for you, if you want a set of those, you'll have to get some rebar and learn to weld and knock them up yourself, won't you? So that's it for me for this week. I'll see you again very soon, I do hope, but in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.